This is a new electric scooter from the American company VibeRide. The model is called the Neo, and I've been riding it for a little while now, and I've got some stuff to say about it, so stay tuned.
The Neo is a brand new offering from VibeRide, one of 3 models from the recent Shark Tank contestants who managed to land a deal with Mark Cuban himself. The Neo is currently priced between $499 and $549 US, depending on the battery option. I'm testing the 30-mile version, and I definitely recommend opting for the larger battery, given the small price difference. For that price, you are getting dual suspension, a front-wheel drive hub motor, a rear mechanical disc brake, and a bunch of other features we'll cover later. But let's start with the unboxing. I actually made a separate unboxing and first impressions video, which you can check out if you're interested. Since I live in Canada, the box arrived quite damaged, but fortunately, the scooter didn't suffer a scratch. I'd say the packaging is well designed. Once your scooter arrives, you'll need to install the handlebar with 4 hex screws using the supplied driver. After that, it's ready to ride. As for the build quality, I find it quite nice for the price. The welds are clean and the paintwork is flawless. I also like the splash of blue on the deck and stem. The wiring is neat and tidy, and there are rubber grommets everywhere to assist in the very good IPX6 water resistance rating. The powertrain of the Neo features a 500 watt nominal motor powered by a 36 volt, 15 amp hour battery. It's electronically speed limited to 35 kilometers an hour, likely to comply with various country regulations. According to my GPS speed app, it actually tops out at 33 kilometers an hour, but who's counting? For range, I got a respectable 27 GPS kilometers while riding on relatively flat terrain, and had good usable power for about 22 kilometers of the journey. Keep in mind, I was in sport mode and pushing it, so your mileage may vary.
Let's talk about ergonomics. Now, this scooter is a compact scooter. It's designed to fold up and fit in lots of places, so don't expect it to have tons of real estate. That being said, on my range test, I'm totally fine with the deck size, my size 10 shoes. Now, the stem height was surprisingly low. It's lower than I would say average for scooters this size. I'll put the numbers up here for the stem height. It's also non-adjustable, so I'm 5'10", and although it was lower than I'm used to, it was still 100% comfortable. But if you're a very tall person, it might be a short stem. I can't say for certain, but it could be.
The performance on the Neo comes down to managing expectations. My girlfriend and I raced another scooter with a smaller 350 watt motor compared to the Neo's 500 watt, and the Neo outran the other scooter so easily that it didn't even feel like a race. That said, it still runs on a 36 volt system, so its power is limited in real world use. For hill climbing, I had no trouble tackling most 10% grade slopes. However, on steeper inclines, the Neo started to struggle, forcing me to get creative by zigzagging until I eventually just got bored and decided to push it the rest of the way up. Another notable limitation is the severe throttling that occurs when the scooter overheats. I was able to overheat it fairly easily on hills, causing it to throttle down so much that it might as well have been a kick scooter. It took a full 5 minutes for the EUC to eventually cool off, after which the power magically returned. I'm hoping the VibeRide team can tweak the temperature threshold in a future firmware update, allowing users to tap into more of the available power for longer periods.
Now let's talk about the suspension for a minute. Obviously, this is a compact scooter, so some compromises needed to be made in the suspension department to get it to fit on here. But it does have dual suspension, and for my weight of 180 pounds, it works really well. The front is non-adjustable. The rear, it looks like you could adjust preload if you wanted to, but it's designed to be stiff suspension because there's not a lot of travel, so I just leave it. Now, somebody of my weight, it works really well, way better than non-suspension. If this is like for a 60-pound child, I don't know if the suspension is going to do a whole heck of a lot for them. Just food for thought. But yeah, overall, I would take this any day over a non-suspension compact scooter.
The brakes on the Neo are smooth, easy to modulate, and quite agreeable. Paired with the 9-inch pneumatic tires, they offer excellent predictability and feel. There's only one brake lever, which controls both mechanical and regenerative braking systems. It's simple and works great. Another plus is the handlebars, which are short to keep the scooter compact, but still provide impressive stability. While we're here, let's talk about the screen. It's utilitarian yet functional. I found it easy to read in all conditions, displaying your speed, power mode, battery level, and headlight status. If you want more info than what the display offers, there is also an app. You can control things like ride modes, cruise control, top speed, change from metric to imperial, and more. But the best part, and one of the handiest features on the Neo, is a USB charging port near the display. I seriously wish all scooters had this. Portability is definitely one of the key features of this model. The folding mechanism follows a standard design, simple and effective. The spring-loaded clip on the handlebar automatically latches onto the rear fender, making it easy to carry the Neo around, especially at just 34 pounds. It folds up small and can fit in a small car or under a desk. And while it's folded up, you might as well charge it, which takes about 6 hours from dead. But like any scooter, the Neo isn't without its flaws. First is the charging flap that looks like something from a dollar store water toy and is bound to break, leaving the charge port exposed to moisture. VibeRide, please consider adding a threaded cap with an O-ring. Thanks. Then there's the headlight. To be fair, I'm yet to see a great headlight in a scooter of this category, but it's still worth mentioning. Do not rely on this light to get you home in the dark. Invest in an O-light or something similar. As you can see, the Neo's headlight is more like a candle compared to a proper riding light. Another couple small annoyances is that the kickstand is too short for real-world use in my opinion. I'd love to see a telescoping version with a thumb screw for adjustable height. The current one is fine on flat pavement, but anything else it gets dicey. Also, the Bluetooth radio seems to stay off while charging. As someone who likes to check charge status remotely, this is a feature I'd greatly appreciate. The bottom plate is made of thin plastic, which could become brittle or break. I'd prefer to see a thicker one or even a metal plate for durability. Lastly, while it's nice that you can see the battery pack's voltage in the app, I'd like to see individual cell voltages in the BMS. This is a valuable safety feature, allowing users to detect if a cell is failing and potentially dangerous. Overall, these are small complaints for what is an excellent first offering from VibeRide. Considering the price, the Neo performs its role very well. I'd recommend the scooter to anyone commuting under 20 kilometers on relatively flat terrain who values comfort and portability. If you need more power or range, VibeRide also offers the Rover, which is a bigger and more capable model.
So that's my review of the VibeRide Neo. Now, I just wanted to share a little personal note with you guys. For what it's worth, as a small YouTuber like myself, I was just shocked by how much dignity and respect the VibeRide team gave me. It was truly surprising. So I would imagine if they treat little old me that way, they're probably going to treat their customers even better. So if you want to buy one of these, you can head over to VibeRide.com and you can use my coupon code LANDO at checkout and you'll receive 5% off. Now, thanks for watching to the end. Please feel free to like and subscribe. Not only does it help the algorithm, but it helps out old Lando too. These videos are definitely a labor of love. Occasionally I'll get sent a sample to keep, but overall these videos in the long run actually cost me money. So it's something I do because I love it. And when you guys comment and like and subscribe, it keeps me going. So I appreciate that. That's all I have to say for now. I'll catch you guys in another video. Peace.